There it is. Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for November the 20th, 2024. It's Mom and it's Chris. Chris is batting, like 5 for 5 and joining us in the mornings? This is amazing and wonderful.
Good morning, Admiral. USS Callista is ready for pews, and we are reading all systems nominal.
Oh, gosh, I love your voice. Well, weirdly enough, I have Borg ships, disruptor damage on this account, and on the other account, I've got frigates. I've got Herc frigates.
Well, I had to do several rerolls this morning because Admiralty decided to send me all the bad stuff this morning, and now I ended up with Undine ships number 5 and D1 arthropods.
Oh God, yes, boy, you just got good ones.
And the polar damage in space, which isn't like my main type of damage, but I can work it out. I can swap out one of the Omni weapons to a Polaron beams, and I have a morphogenic Polaron energy weapon that came from some sort of event.
No, it's actually from an episode.
Then fair enough. It's from an episode then.
I can't remember which episode it's from though. Maybe it's from the next. No, it's not the Nexus episode. But yeah, there's one where all of those things pop up. Chosen says, by the way, I think the intro will need to be updated around the time of the anniversary event because ESD is getting revamped. Well, I actually have an anniversary intro, but the problem is it's 2 years ago.
Or
Unfortunately, the software that I use, which is Movavi, you get to keep the software forever, but as they update it, things fall off, so I no longer can do voiceovers. I no longer can do some of my detail work, blah, 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 blah. The upshot is I need to start learning Adobe Premiere Pro because I got nothing else to do for the next 6 weeks. We hired a new person.
Premiere.
Pardon?
Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, it's their video editing software. And I have it. I've got the software. I've just never used it. Good morning, Taz.
Good morning.
And since we hired somebody new, and she starts on Monday, that means starting Monday through roughly New Year's, I'm going to be working full-time, which is nice for pay. Not so nice for having free time.
Definitely sounds like that.
Yep. And then come January, I'm hoping to cut way back and possibly just be done with it altogether except for working from home. We will see. So anyway, what have you got, Taz, this morning? Of course, you've been up for an hour. I'm sure you've done all of your stuff.
Yes.
No, I haven't. I haven't done mine.
No, I was telling Taz, because Taz usually has it done in the first 5 minutes. Chosen, yes, absolutely. You're 100% right, and I absolutely need to do that. And I will go into, what is that one? Tribble, and download shots now. Though that
I only have static shots for the new ESD. I haven't actually recorded anything. But I don't have any ships to show off anyway.
The interior shot won't change. The exterior shot will change, though.
Well, there is a slight change, but you have to be very close, up to the end of the ESD and see to the inside to actually notice a difference, really.
Yeah, but I don't have any interior shots of it anyway. But I do have new music, so it works out just fine. It's a good excuse to redo the whole opening sequence. The thing is, for doing video work, because the way the playback works on Demo Record, it is a pain in the butt. Because you have to go in and you have to create the file, and then you have to go back and edit it through Star Trek Online. So figure 10 hours of editing alone to get 1 minute of a music video. So a 4-minute music video takes me about a week to produce. So there's a lot to be done, but over the holidays, what you're probably going to see is a lot of me trying to get a lot of you to participate in some fighting so I can get some intro videos.
I heard that the what's it called? There's a software that comes from Microsoft. If you have cloud or a subscription or anything like it, it's not a movie maker. can't
Well,
remember what's it called.
there's a couple of them. The thing with demo record, though, is it takes you back into the files. So rather than just seeing what's on the camera, you can move the camera around. So I've got the static image here. If I was doing this in demo record, when I go to the playback mode, I can go into the editing mode, and I can leave my ship here, and I can fly around these asteroids to the back of the planet. I can go over to that sun. Anything that's on this map, I can go to without moving my ship. And then I can film that.
I've dabbled with it a little bit, but I think it's a bit clunky, to be honest, because...
It's severely clunky, but it does things that you can't do with any of the editing software because they don't let you... They let you edit what you can see. They don't let you edit what you can't see, and with demo record, you can edit anything on the map. So if I wanted to pan in from the far side of that planet and over to the front of my ship can stay there and the camera can go do the work. Yeah, you have to program it, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And yes, it's super clunky. They used to have a piece of free software that made life really easy, and the person who wrote it didn't update it. And I don't know software well enough to go back in and figure out what she had done or he had done.
Oh, no. Yeah.
It was really nice, though. And then at one of the patches it stopped working and they stopped updating it, and I'm so bummed. Anyway, we should go shoot things. Did you re-roll your stuff? And I am drinking coffee.
I have, because I couldn't bother with the stuff that the game gave me this morning.
Well, I have disruptors in space and some Borg ships, and would we like to start with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, while I'm doing that, this ship has got Terran Task Force disruptor beam and pretty much garbage for the rest of it for disruptors. Any suggestion on a disruptor I can do from reputation real quick to add to the lack of firepower?
Disruptor from reputation. I think there's something in Undine. And I think there's something from Terran Task
The Terran
Force
one I've
as
got,
well.
yeah.
Let me see. Reputation.
Just didn't know if anybody knew off the top of their head.
I mean, truth be told, all the later ones usually have, even if they got the basic phaser ones, they will have a disruptor variant because they've reintegrated everything from.
If you click your lithium store, go to specials, and find your spiral wave disruptors. There is no disruptor that is better than the spiral waves.
Oh, you said it's at the... But I have nothing in the Zen store.
Dilithium store.
Dilithium store. Mom, dilithium store. Listen to language.
E for dilithium.
C for dilithium.
It's not D for
Don't make
delta,
me laugh.
it's E for dilithium. Yeah, but Terran Task Force has some disruptor beams just in case you'd like to get something. They've got beams, they get cannons as far as I can see.
Nothing under special. I don't have anything under reclaim. And after that it becomes just modules.
Well, then you don't have anything on that account that has spiral disruptors. You
Right.
probably never had a...
Right, because this is a relatively new tune.
Yeah, if the account is new, then it will not have it. You will have to have at least a ship with Cardassian.
Right. So I've got disruptor wide-angle dual heavy beams from Discovery.
This is decent.
It's
dual heavy. I think they're a bit. Is the wide angle? Yeah, that's the wide angle.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty decent. Actually, they're pretty good, to be honest.
Hopefully I've got enough to do this all. Yeah, it'll be cooked up in 2 minutes, so we can go kill some Borgie stuff in 2 minutes.
Alternatively,
what
Terran
kind
Task
of
Force...
build are you going for? Is it fire at will, beam ray overload?
Oh, Taz, you sweet
boy.
summer child. This is the I need to get 500,000 disruptor damage build.
Okay.
This one will eventually get something. There is a Zen sale going on for the next couple of days. It's like buy 20,000 get 3,000 free, and it's 25% off. So I have my Black Friday money set aside, and I will go in and figure out who's gonna get what. 2 weeks, actually. Thank you, Sav. So I will talk to Mr. Accounting Guy today. My son keeps going, Mom, give me total control of all your money, and I will make sure you have enough to do all your stuff. And I love my son. I totally trust him. He's never done anything mean to me. And there's that back of my brain going, but what if? I think it's, Sav says, send me keys. Paranoia. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and my brain is failing or what.
Oh, what do you want to do with your money?
Live contentedly until till I'm 9,500.
Expiry date runs out.
And then leave him some money to have fun with so he can relax when he retires. If I do this right, I will live long enough to get to when he retires.
My goodness, there's so much stuff on the sale.
Yeah, no, so, Taz, I just want to be comfortable. Want to do some traveling, which I can't do while I've got the puppos, except for in the States.
If your son is good with money, give it to him. It's like it's your son. Why would he ever betray you?
Wouldn't go there.
Yeah, well,
I'm not implying anything that Mom's son would be malevolent, but I have heard stories, and that's not far from even my family, so I wouldn't really go there.
It was so funny. We were talking about this at dinner last night with my son and his roommate, and he and his roommate have lived together, I think, like 10 or 12 years now. So roommate went, if he does anything like that, I'll kill him. And I'm thinking, yeah, he would.
Are you sure they're roommates? I mean, I'm not implying anything. But
that's what they say.
If they're roommates.
Hey, if they choose to be anything else, God bless them. I'm totally happy for him.
Maybe a question first. How old is your son?
He's, what year is this? This is 2024. He's 36, almost 37.
He's my age, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And his roommate, I think, is
a roommate of 10 years.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep, and he's told me many a time he doesn't want to date girls and he doesn't want to go. And I'm like, if you're gay, it's fine. And he's like, no, I'm not gay. Okay, whatever. If you are, great, no problems. If you aren't, great, no problems.
Interesting.
I try not to judge my children.
No, of course. It's just like more of a curiosity than anything.
Yeah, well, they're both happy, and roommate is like me in that his father passed away about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, right about now. I remember it was just at Christmas. I wonder if the new ASD will be part of the upcoming story episode. That is an excellent question chosen. Wouldn't that be good? Remember how they blew up old ESD at the end of the Undine arc?
Was it a Diconian arc? No, that was an Undine arc.
It was an Undine arc. I didn't open it?
The Iconians did bang up the ESD too. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, let's put you up there. There we go. Okay.
I remember that was kind of bold to destroy it completely. You could see the interior being ruined, and then it just cracked like in half.
Yeah, it was great.
Really
made for a great story.
Yeah.
All right, let me just throw out a little bit of this junk. Sav, don't say anything about my inventory. No, nothing from you. But I will put on my list of Zen things to buy is some additional inventory space there. All right, I need to do Borg. Do we have a preference?
Any Borg?
My preference.
Well, what was that, Taz?
Any Borg?
Any Borg. Do we want to do our favorite, or we want to do something else?
It's the same for me.
Well, then we'll go with Chris's favorite. Let's see if it pops up. Sav, it is clean. It's just completely filled up. There's stuff here that's waiting for a ship. I've got some agony phasers, and I think that needs to be a build.
I mean, you could open some of those boxes that come with from the TFOs.
I could, yes.
Dozens.
Do you mean the reputation boxes?
Oh, the ones that you get gifted after doing... Oh, yeah, the reputation ones.
Yeah, those are all those reputation boxes.
The Endeavor ones. I mean, the Endeavor ones. They're unopened.
Those...
they're waiting.
This tune doesn't actually... There we go, Weewoo.
Weewoo detected.
Would the multiversal Borg be a part of it somehow? They have to be part of it, chosen, because we have to wrap up the arc. They said this last one coming up is the end of this arc. So...
I wouldn't mind if they brought in Jurati Borg.
Oh my god, do you think that would be the star they're talking about?
They were talking about the star we didn't have yet.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
If they brought Alison Bill's Borg Queen as more fleshed out character, I'm up for it.
Oh, I could totally get into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how they turn her around, because I absolutely detested her in season 1. I was like, die, stupid beep. And I was just like, finally kill her at the end of the season. No, she didn't. And I'm like, oh, disappointment. And then they turned her around in season 2.
I loved her in season 2.
And I'm like, I loved her. I'm like, how do you do that in writing? And then they killed her off. Killed her off in terms like she's never mentioned ever again. Like, they don't even mention her in season 2. Like, what? That is, season 3, I mean. Like, that's weird. Season 3, they ignore that she even existed.
One of my cosplay costumes is the red dress from season 2.
You look spectacular in it.
That was a great
Alison
outfit.
Bell was really she's talented as heck. I never seen her in anything before Star Trek, so I was like, okay, so they brought in some random American actress who's probably well known in the US, but not much outside of it. That's fine.
No, not that well known here either.
The planet next to has an orbital ring. If you look at it, you can see all the elevator points.
It's New Kittimer.
Yeah, this is the New Kittimer. Yeah, we do see this ring over the planet. It's really cool that they are making these different systems when these interdimensional portals are popping up.
Oh, I just realized. Go ahead.
I've gotten really into gigastructures lately, and it's kind of mind-blowing.
Oops, there we go. Sorry, I was busy looking at the planet.
There are a couple of episodes that actually take place around it.
Yeah. Is it no, it's the what's his name? Noi episodes.
Oh yeah, the temporal thing.
Yeah.
Ugh. No tractor beams.
Apparently, I forgot to put shields on. No, they're there. Okay. They just disappeared for a moment. No, they just disappeared for a moment.
Well, we're fighting against Borg. Having shields up is probably a rarity. Not for me, but nice ships.
Hopefully we can do this one a little bit better than the other one we did. Oh, 2 more to go.
They'll regenerate. Just you wait.
And 1 more.
Borg are like space lizards. You cut a limb off and they regrow it back. There you go. Well, they kind of are. You know, they can regrow a limb. You chop it off and it just grows back. Even their head, looking at the queen.
True enough. I'm going to aim for 6. Oops, there's somebody else going to 6.
Accidentally went for 5, but
that's fine. Go for 5.
I love the concept of the Lamar class being a training vessel, like part of a training program for cadets.
That kind of makes sense, though.
It kind of makes sense, and I'm kind of surprised that there was never a class dedicated to training new cadets. Like, yeah, and Steo kind of implied that when everyone was sent off to a Miranda class at the beginning of the story arc, the tutorial. But it's kind of like, feels lame with the kids of Miranda, like, ugh. You know, your reaction and your character's reaction. Oh, it's a Miranda class. It's not as great. Yeah, like, yeah, when it's sitting up next to Vesta class, of course it's gonna look like flying junkyard or flying museum. But in the end, I think having a dedicated class that's a little bit better than all the ships because it's supposed to provide, I mean, in my eyes, safety to the cadets so they can safely train in the field. I think it's a very good idea. Sometimes when I fly into a mission, a TFO, and I see friendly people who are like responding to hello and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've been having that
like
more and more lately. It's been lovely.
Yeah, I like that when they're just doing even like 07, type in 07 as like hello, a little bit of 07 salute, something like it. It's cheerful and fun. And I like to go like typing in a message like USS Callisto, the USS Callisto training vessel reporting for duty. Cadets are all at their posts. Nova Squadron cadets are in their training positions. You're ready for deployment. Something like that. And people are responding like sometimes.
I had somebody met in a pug who had his own little script all typed up. He just copy-pasted it in as we're going through different points, and it was delightful.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Like they really get into the roleplay aspect of it. I like doing kind
Great.
of stuff.
Now you're giving me another idea for a story I'm already working on, Chris. Thanks. Thank you. First you get me going on this garbage story, and now my brain's going on this one.
I'm sorry, I just like to think about stuff.
No,
like
I love it. I haven't had a creative thought in a long time. So you're really inspiring me to get going. Sav, by the way, says, was working on Delta Tune yesterday. Finally finished the second half of Delta Arc. Such a slog. Yeah.
Delta is the worst of them all. I was like, oh my god, Voyager, a Delta Quadrant, we're gonna see all the familiar faces. Yeah, you do.
You do.
And you fall asleep because it's bloody boring.
Oh, man. It kicks off with that Mindscape episode, and it's just like, please. I get where they're going, but
yeah, they kind of stretch a little bit too far. I mean, it could have had an interesting arc with the Vador and stuff like that, resurfacing and things like this, but it was never interesting. Everything was boring. I think patrols that come from Delta Quadrant are more interesting than this main story.
Well, originally, were you there when Delta Rising first came out? The whole Delta Quadrant? Yeah. That was horrible. Because you couldn't complete it within the body of the episodes. You had to go get your XP someplace else and come back to progress. It was horrible, horrible, horrible.
I mean, I was pretty leveled up by then, but yeah, it was a chore.
Hey, Sav, leave the Kabali stuff. Just don't make it part of the arc, in my opinion. I got nothing with it.
When the XP gain was so slow, you could actually craft gear between the tiers that you could use. That was actually kind of nice.
Yeah, but it was so lame and lazy and boring. Really, just writing was so boring. And considering it was part of the arc to bring out the Iconians up in the front, because in the end it all came down to the Iconians. It was like, wow, such a lame introduction to such a good story arc, because I think Delta Quadrant is the last bit before we actually get into the actual Iconian War, I think. And it's like, why this just has to be so boring? And they even brought Tom Paris. I was like, wow, we've got Tom Paris in the game. Like, I loved Robert Duncan McNeil. I just absolutely loved him as Locarno. Tom Paris was probably one of the few characters I actually really liked from the start to finish in Voyager, because like some of them were like, fluctuating in writing. Like Chakotay most of the time didn't have any good writing at all. But like, I pretty much liked everything that was happening. I liked that he was undercover kicked out of Voyager. That was a cool idea.
Yeah, no, it would be fun if we could do one of those arcs where we get to be somebody else and we have to be undercover for the opposite side. I get why they can't do that, but that would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be one of the existing factions. It could be something new. And we could just be kicked out to be undercover and like subvert expectations of everyone.
I agree. So cool. Sav says, I hate everything to do with Kabbalistan. I don't hate everything to do with Kabbalistan, but for me it's such a drag on that story arc.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the Kabali episode was so interesting. And
the ground episode? Yeah, but think of...
I mean the Voyager Kabali introduction.
Oh, that one, yeah. What if they were to take the Kabali Ark and just lift it up and separate it like they do with Spectres and a couple of the other ones? The Brain Ark, what do they call those? The availables. You know how they've got certain little arcs in there? They should make that part of it too, go in there and be able to do just the Kobali Arc, which would be the 3 Kobali missions, ground missions, and Dust to Dust, maybe? Because that can stand alone.
Yeah, truth be told, it wasn't that interesting to be missed. I would never replay it. I might replay an episode from any of the random arcs every now and then, but Kabali's segment is not among them.
So, yes, Sav, we're in 2411 right now. The Stowe timeline. Stowe timeline, didn't that start with 2409 or something?
2410, I think.
24, you sure? No, it's
you
24...
were the year of 2409.
Yeah, it's 2409 it started, because if you look at the original... looking back at the data chips, the name of that thing is Trek to 2409 for one of the websites. That's when it started.
Maybe the lore started. I think you were the year when you finished Academy and the original tutorial.
If way back,
or the year of 2409, so
right.
It wasn't very much of 2409. But yeah, I think it's
2409 for a while. And now we're up to 2411. So 2 years have elapsed in Stowe, while almost 15 years have elapsed on Earth. This is the time dilation issue you have when you're moving faster than light.
I really think they squeezed a little bit too much. I don't know why they had such an issue like moving the years along.
I don't know.
What, they weren't permitted to like move the years along or something like it? Like they squeezed 3 wars. and so many ships being destroyed and built from scratch.
You realize at this rate, we'll be on our 3rd ESD in 3 years. 2409, 2410, 2411.
We built 3 separate ESDs. So
that's not good construction technique, folks.
I mean, it's good because I can build it in under 3 years each, but it's still like that they don't seem to last very long, so there were some technical flaws.
Yeah.
And my understanding was the one that we started with, the ESD we started with, since we didn't have much of the interior reference, was the one that continued from TMP and like TMG film and series. Yeah. So it stood like 30 years, and suddenly it couldn't withstand 1 attack, and we have to swap to 2 more because like. That makes sense. I mean, on the original ESD actually didn't get destroyed according to Picard, but it was actually moved, and that became the museum, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
The Fleet Museum for under Georgie's reign.
Hi, Grass.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, what are we doing next? I can switch to a different tune if we need to do the daily. I can,
I wouldn't mind the daily. I wouldn't mind something with the Undine ships, too.
Let me jump to my other account, then. Get rid of these. Graz, you up for a little pew-pew party?
Sure. Give me a moment here.
Yeah, no hurry. I gotta switch tunes, so.
I'm trying not to fall asleep.
Is that better, Sophin? Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. I've got a bit of a cold, so I know I'm doing the thing.
I fell asleep in the middle of my gaming session last night, and I woke up at a normal time today, and now I'm like, this is strange.
Yeah, there have been a few nights, not this week, but last week, where I'd be sitting here, and it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just drifting off in the middle of the game while I'm running a mission. It's like, oh, well, okay, fine.
Your buddy telling you, hey, go to bed.
Yeah. I'm blaming the dogs. Which sounds really...
Yeah.
Well, they're still on daylight savings time, so they want their breakfast at 4 a.m., so they're waking me up at 4, and I'm trying to explain to them we're not going to eat till 5, and they're like, we're hungry. Okay, fine, get up, get a snack.
Yeah.
And then I try and go back to bed. Well, now I'm awake.
My cat literally jumps on top of me and starts doing this CPR-looking thingy on my chest. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get you some breakfast.
The little one standing on my chest, no problem. She weighs 9 pounds. The big one standing on my chest, I'll take it off. All right. What are we doing here? Swarm?
Sure.
Everyone good with Swarm?
Yeah. But Bug Hunt's faster.
I know, but it's ground. Wee woo?
You would?
Evo.
And the other thing
what-
is I have Herc frigates to kill.
Okay. But what's wrong with ground?
Chris doesn't like ground.
Are about to
Sorry, what?
overrun this planet, and time is a factor.
Chris does not like ground.
And the point is,
He re-rolled his endeavors today because they were ground.
No, I mean healing ground and shield healing ground.
Well,
The bigger ones. Not
Shield-
gonna happen.
But shield healing ground is 7 to 8 seconds. That's it. So bear in mind
Not
that's.
my shield. No.
Do you have the Kumarki set?
No.
Oh, well there you go then. Why don't you have the Kumarki set?
Because I never cared for it.
But do you have
I
it
mean-
available? Or did you?
So.
Because that's got the instant fill your shields
Yeah.
to 18,000.
Yeah, but I had like really, really big one. Like,
No,
it
no,
was-
it doesn't matter. You've seen me do it, right? You can do it with one button in literally seconds. So that's the one I always look forward to. Ground health healing. Ugh, that's a slog.
yeah.
But shield healing you can do literally with one click. And so much for my 20 Herc frigates.
Already done them?
Yeah,
That was fast.
that was fast, yeah. Hey, you get a good team where everything dies instantly? Yeah, that's good. We like that.
I need to
Especially-
figure out how to get way more speed out of my Dederedex, because it's not arriving to the fights early enough. And I don't want to lose my Celestial Lightning over it, because it's so good.
Ooh, that's a challenge. Oh, hold on. Stop, Mom. Stop. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Taz, you
Yeah,
gonna take that
well-
end one? Okay, I'll go take the end one then. What is it?
That's an interesting name, Tazzy, for a ship.
Is he still on the baby shark?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I try not to look at it because my brain immediately goes baby shark. Yeah, thanks,
I know.
Taz. Every single
You
time
did
I
it
see that,
deliberately.
he did.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Pesky Romulans and their RRW baby sharks.
The last of the record.
Always up to no good.
Really?
Always mess up with your brain. And what's with Kardashians with their 4 lights thingy?
What do you mean? It's 5
been
lights.
a long time since I flew the Galore. That's actually a really pretty ship.
Chosen says Switch was 17 years ago in canon. What was 17 years ago in canon? Oh, the Bedford? Yes, yes, indeed it was 17 years ago. In canon.
Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
That the Bedford was launched. Sav. Which was supposedly, what, $23.94 according to what Chosen just wrote, "Good morning, Patchouli. Joe true to you too."
What ship's the Bedford again?
The Bedford is a Odyssey class.
Ah,
So let's get that back down there. How are you doing, Patchouli?
Dreadnought on sensors.
I see you pop into game every now and then, but we haven't seen you in chat for a while, so I hope all is well.
Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
I didn't even hear him say that the Dreadnought was here, and it's gone.
It was here, but it disappeared immediately.
yeah, I gotta love it when you're doing enough DPS that stuff just goes poof.
Let's see. Patchouli says, "I heard Decca hired Vanessa Ray as an actress." I have no idea who Vanessa Ray is.
Never heard of the name either.
Yeah. Of course, these days, that doesn't mean anything. I don't know who anybody is. Unless they're stupid and go out there and say how much they hate the work they're doing and, talk bad about their own companies.
Or they poop on the movie they're making.
Blue Bloods actress. Well, that doesn't help me either.
I'm looking at you, Rachel Zegler.
That's what I was looking at, too. Man, shoot yourself in the foot big time, why don't you?
Who will ever want to work with her anymore?
Nobody. Apparently, she got fired from another project that wasn't related to Disney.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
To escape
Yeah.
route Beta. Protect
Uh,
refugee ships.
I'll say this: Disney
That's
kind of screwed up there by hiring her for Snow White.
Well, because they try to do the let's make inclusiveness checkboxes,
Yeah,
because not.
Herc ship
I mean,
spotted
I don't
at
want to
escape
sound
route.
racist,
Get
but
over there.
which non-white skin-colored little girl wants to be a Snow White?
All of them,
They
honestly.
need representation.
Oh, they don't need representation. Any more than in my brain, I need to be represented as a man because I really admire a lot of the characters who are male.
I get it. It used to be there was less
Spotted at escape route Gamma.
different
Get over there.
skin-colored actors in Hollywood, and that is a thing that I
Yeah,
like
no,
that is
that's-
being addressed. Elizabeth Taylor doing Cleopatra was probably the most laughable thing ever.
No,
because she
no,
was
no.
one of
Mickey
the
Rooney playing
costumes were
Mickey
just
Rooney
terrible,
playing
but-
an Asian John Wayne playing Genghis Khan. That was terrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was it was ugh. But I'm glad that they're trying to turn it around. And for instance, a lot of people hate the live action Mulan, which I didn't treat it like a remake of that story. I just imagined it like a retelling, and I didn't mind it actually. I didn't hate it like most people do because they were expecting Mushu and the same stuff that was in the original, but that they were trying to go more culturally accurate, so they
Which it wasn't.
recycled
It was
the entire-
massively not culturally accurate.
I don't know. I have no point of reference, but I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was terrible.
yeah.
But Julie, I
different.
will definitely follow up on that. They didn't want me to be their community manager, I'll tell you that. But they were lovely. Sorry, Patchouli's talking about Decca's looking for a streamer, apparently.
Oh, they could contact me.
For community manager?
There's-
Yeah, there you go. There you go,
What,
you and
they
me.
want a streamer for community manager?
No, they don't. They hired a community manager
They really have
like
one, but
9
I
months
don't-
ago?
Spotted
I still
at
don't know who it is, but they
I
have
don't
one.
either.
Kind of weird. I don't know. They don't want to expose the person to people, or they're trying to hide it because there's a big announcement coming. It's kind of weird the way they're handling it. Most companies, video game companies, like to have their community managers out there, being reachable and all that. But Deca doesn't seem to.
Hey, Sav, Mel Brooks playing a Native American in Blazing Saddles was not the most offensive thing in Blazing Saddles, let's be honest.
He was doing it as a spoof.
Yes, more than that, he was doing it as a Jewish Native American.
Has
Yeah,
any one of you guys seen Paint Your Wagon?
The old one with Clint
Yes,
Eastwood?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
years ago. I don't even
That's
remember
a
it.
mind-blowing movie to watch today. I watched it like a couple of months ago with my father, and I was like, holy hell, we have so much to learn from this. It's mind-blowing. That was true frontier movie.
I live nearby Berlin. I could take the job.
Head to escape.
Heck, I'd move to Berlin if they'd pay for me to get my
Music.
doggers over there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Gotta have my doggers. No, I worked in Germany on and off for 7 years, so...
Turk ship spotted at
I don't know how I would handle it. I don't know the language. I mean, had it at school, but... Ugh.
Yeah, I understand German decently, cannot speak it, because every time I go to speak German, when I'm in Germany, they're like, that's okay, we'll speak English.
Well, at least
Love
they're
those
eager
guys.
to speak English, even if it's not like amazing. They will at least speak it. Like go to France and try to speak in English to someone.
Actually, when I was in France, I had no issues, let me pick out what I need here. And
Like you
get
were probably
out
in
of
the region
here.
when they were probably the exceptions.
Well, I will tell you that story in just a second here. Let me kick everybody out of here. Except it's not letting me kick. Temporal and log out. Okay, that should queue up for tomorrow. Okay, while we're waiting for this to go, I don't mind moving to Berlin, Patchouli. That wasn't an issue. Who's that? Hans? No, that is Chris who's talking. Next community manager needs to be someone with competent knowledge of the game and truly able to showcase the new ships. Yeah, that was one of the criteria, Sav. I know a lot of people who applied for it who I think would have been great candidates.
Yeah, I wanted a shot too, but they didn't.
But they were
They didn't
polite.
get me into a conversation. Or
No,
anything
but
like
they were
that.
still nice. I mean, they sent letters and...
No, I don't mean they were rude. It's just like a weird selective process if they don't even get to talk to a person.
Yeah.
And if they're not in a hurry, you just like this is a kind of a role that you want to talk to someone to see how what's their vibe, if they're creative, if they're like open-minded enough, and that does not come off your resume that much. I don't know. They kind of arbitrarily decided no, you're not, but without any verification or anything like it. Oh well, that's your choice.
You said you're logged in,
Maybe
Cliff?
great.
I'm not seeing you. You're in Kieran, right? Oops, yes,
I think
typing
you'd be
is
great,
good.
and they didn't take you either. I don't know. Their criteria was strange.
And fluid and Klingon. My Klingon's a
Fluid,
little weak.
like
And good morning.
Odo. I think. Oh, fluent. I think it meant fluent. Fluid. I immediately see someone change into a beverage.
Cliff, give me your handle again so I can grab you. Oh, there you are. You're on a different tune. That's why I wasn't seeing you.
Different too.
We have an ad coming in so we can keep chatting. Let's see. Pachili says, I speak Latin. Does that count? Well, actually, if you speak Latin, you have a better understanding of Spanish, French, some German. There's not as much Latin root in German.
Strangely not
English.
English because it's assimilated so many things from Romani-based languages that even English will be understandable in some manner.
Hey, Taz, Graz, and Chris, you are all still in the old team because it won't let me kick you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, I'll reteam you here. There you go. All right, now we got a full team going. Let me get us going here.
Yeah.
As I said, we got an ad coming in so we can chit-chat for a few minutes here. Patchouli, is this on their website? Because I will go over to their website.
You know, speaking Latin is actually still quite an ability, considering how...
Considering nobody knows how it's said.
I mean, there are people who do, but
No,
there's
people who
scarce.
think they do. So how do you know that they're looking for a streamer, Patchouli, if...
Yeah, but was
If it's
there
not
an
listed.
ad posted for
Yeah.
it or something? Not that I'd like to know, but I'd like to know.
And if you know these things, let us know how we should be doing that. Let's see, we will go in here.
Really?
Yeah, all I'm seeing here for positions they've got open at DECA are worldwide positions. Though they're looking for a
Community manager.
lead community manager, marketing artist, not my skill, QA tester, definitely not my skill, senior data analyst, senior marketing artist, senior product manager, starship artist. Wow.
Yeah.
Not my skill, but I know a lot of people who would qualify there. UI, UX artist, user interface, and VFX. The only thing there that sounds like I should apply for it again is lead community manager for worldwide remote full-time. Yes.
Oh, yes. Sounds like a good idea.
We will leave that up there for things to do when I get home from lunch today. Yes, I see that the website says that they're hiring, but it doesn't say for what position, and nothing about
6+ years in community management with at least 3 years in leadership role. Oh, that goes out of my resume.
That's on mine. Okay, it's in small niche community, but here we are.
I'm not a lead. You are, but I'm not.
Yeah, we can team up, Chris. It's the Kay and Christine.
Wouldn't mind to.
Sorry. Chris and Mom, there we go.
I could do the voiceovers for stuff.
There you go, yeah.
Warning, shield failure imminent.
Patchouli, I will definitely send in another res. See if they're interested. I don't think they'd be interested in it. But
I did
hey,
leave it mine open for anything they could.
So did I, but even though they say we'll keep it on file, we keep things on file in a drawer for 1 year, and at the end of the year we throw it out without ever opening the drawer again. Patchouli, I am retiring. That's why the next 6 weeks are going to be crazy. It's because we hired my replacement, and she's competent and she's good, and I'm looking forward to her taking over. And then the only thing I'll be doing there is working social media, which means I don't have to go into the office very often, and training her. You know. So yeah, my goal here is to be pretty much done as working there in the day-to-day stuff in 6 weeks.
Oh, did you guys ever see the kind of Star Trek short of that they did where they had Spock visiting Kirk's grave?
That just came out, didn't it?
No. That was a little while ago.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that.
But they actually came out with a sequel to it, where if we've all seen Picard, or at least we know of it, Daystrom has Kirk's body.
Oh, I may have seen this. Yes.
Well, they released a thing where the video has it where Kirk's been brought back, and he's kind of walking into a group, and
You're talking about the unification video.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Isn't
the unification just a fan-made project?
No,
it's
technically it's Woodbury Archive doing it, and they're doing that with the blessings of everyone at the helm, including producers of.
Yeah, this is a huge project that's been going on for 3 or 4 years.
That it is muted. It's just copy pasta.
It's not.
Actually, Shatner.
I didn't like it. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't like it at all.
Okay, but hey, it's art. Art's subjective, right?
It is for the archive, but it has elements that are even including things that are mentioned in modern Trek, including Discovery. So I don't think it's just something benign that is to be treated as fan-made. I think they're trying to make a unification of what actually happens. Maybe not in canon in terms of like it's not going to have any influence of what is happening in the canon reflectively, but they're trying to write it as something that actually was a thing. And they're trying to ground it in modern Trek as well, as far as I understand. As far as I know, they didn't. A lot of people say it was used AI or like old footage, but it wasn't. They've actually had actors on set, even standing in for the role.
Yeah, they had that actual actors.
They had
No,
Shatner being de-aged with digital enhancements and stuff. They had Sam Witwer doing his younger self, standing in for him. Not AI hair, despite what I've seen in the comments. That was Whitwer's hair that was, well, colored basically and combed in the same way as younger Shatner had. Digital Spock with the courtesy of Nimoy's estate and stuff like that.
No, actually, the same thing with the previous short. There's an actual physical actor there, and some of it's
well, the hand is some actor being there, lying in for Spock, but the face is like a digital recreation of his latest footage from Kelvin era, I think.
I think. Oh, okay. So maybe this unification, but the previous one, they only used partial. Because the guy looked similar enough to Nimoy.
Let me interrupt here. Cliff, I think, is talking to Taz here. I thought it was very good. Why didn't he, Taz, like it? It's not part of canon. I just think it's an intro for the archive, so to speak. Hey, Cliff, there's things in Star Trek I don't like. We're allowed to not like things. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. That's one of the things that I think Star Trek is proud of, is that they try to offer things that different people will like. But that does mean that some people won't like certain things that are out there. So that's fine. If Taz doesn't like it, fine, great, no problems. There's other stuff. But Julie, I'm not carrying a laptop up at the side of a mountain. Thank you very much. At that point, my laptop weighed like 12 pounds, and I'm telling you, I'm carrying my own clothes, food, bed stuff. The only thing that was at each place was the bed and then the dinner. But everything in the meantime, you were carrying. It was not going to be the laptop. I'd be down in 10 days. I'm responding to Patchouli. I told him I carried my laptop around the world except when I was mountain climbing. You can climb a mountain with you. No, I'm not doing that.
You're not taking your laptop up side of a mountain unless you're being paid to.
Yeah, pretty much. As it was, to listen to music, everybody was trying to sell me headsets that you'd have to plug into a USB to recharge for the walk. And I'm like, I'm not carrying a power supply and cables up the side of a mountain to a place that only has 3 hours of power when you get there at night and 3 hours of power the next morning. No, I'll take batteries. But that was a challenge to find something at that point that was still battery operated. This was 2015. This wasn't hiking. This is mountain climbing.
Do we pew anything?
Yes, we're going to pew something. I wanted to see what everybody wanted. What do you guys want?
I mean, I had Undine ships, but I don't know if you had
Undine
Assault.
Yeah, I'm not working today. Are we okay with Undine Assault?
I'm working today. I have 6 minutes before I need to join the phone queue.
Tell you what, let's see if we can't get your Undine taken care of, even if you have to drop. How's that?
Okay.
Since we've got a full team here, we should be able to
there you go.
get you your ships, even if you have to leave us. Cliff says, I'm not keen about people brought back to act in a movie, but I thought this was very well done.
I mean, this wasn't like brought back for an entire movie. They just brought him back to have a little cameo, a few shots that weren't even speaking. So I think it's fine.
We need a term for
I think
cameos.
it's better than what they did in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We need to have a different term instead of cameo. Maybe it's Dedio or Exio.
I mean, Shatner's still up and walking, so but still, he's not really acting anymore too much. So.
No. I mean, he's what? He's in his 90s,
Hasn't he
right?
passed like 90s?
Yeah, he's in his 90s.
90, yeah.
The Undine are attacking along 3 vectors. These vectors have fluidic rifts.
Quiet, Tuvok.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
He is 93.
Wow.
considering that he literally outlived almost the entire cast of TOS.
Yeah, I mean, who else is there? Sulu, Walter Koenig.
George Takei and Walter Koenig.
Hmm.
Walter Koenig is still like up and about in Star Trek. He does even voiceovers. He did a voiceover for Picard season 3. Like what? That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, that was one of the high points.
Walter Koenig as Bester is probably one of the best roles I've
Yes,
seen.
I
ever.
totally agree with you on that one. I love him as Bester. Patchouli, my big girl, Fifi, is from the shelter. My son adopted her and then found out that Fifi did not get along with Enoch the cat. So one panicky call to Mom and Dad, and we have a new pet.
Location is marked on your map.
And then Loki is an adopted dog who will go back to her father when he gets out of prison, if he's allowed to have dogs, because, you know what, it's really hard to find apartments that we can take dogs to in Chicago, and he's going to be limited to Chicago for quite a few years.
Aaron Rose, Science.
Where is it?
Oh,
way up there.
Yeah.
Do we want to skip the riffs and just slam this thing so Chris can get out of here?
Yeah.
By the way,
we're skipping the Aaron Rose.
yeah.
I don't think I have ever done the rifts.
Oh, we've done the riffs, but you have to have everybody on board to do it, and which, of course, is this team, but with the time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't have a time limit, I would say let's go ahead and go for it,
Yeah.
because the reason why is if you do it, get it done right, timed right, you get a decent amount of.
You get extra stuff
parts.
for it, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not on a time crunch today because I only have one thing to do for work, and I can do that at any point. Just need to get this command vessel up here. Come on, command vessel, get your butt up here.
And we're actually defending Cardassia Prime.
Where are we?
Permission to drop out of the battle. I don't want to save them. I'm a Bajoran. I have my rights.
Undine fluidic space rift side.
Kind of ironic, you know.
Thank you, guys, for coming back here and getting these guys handled.
You're welcome.
I love the turn rate on the assimilator. Like, I have seen larger ships, I mean smaller ships, but still large, that turn like a brick, and this one stops when I want it to, it turns like I want it to, like, this is insane.
This moves so fast, dude.
Yeah, it's so freaking fast, like I can't, none of my ships perform that fast, like the way that the assimilator does. It's so weird. It's such a massive thing.
There is a bug that gives the simulator another 100 inertia.
Yeah,
I
you've
think
mentioned
it
that
has-
before.
It has around 200 by default in the stats
Yeah.
when you get it,
Yeah.
so it's like insane.
So using that extra 100 inertia with evasive maneuver is just silly looking.
Yeah, my inertia... No, it's still 200. I don't think you can actually exceed it with your own base ability. I don't think that it factors anymore, but... Still, 200. That's insane.
An Undine dreadnought has entered local space.
It's 300 when on full impulse. Wow. Okay. That's insane.
That is insane.
300 inertia and full impulse. Like, which ship does that? None. What the hell? But I like that. Like, I mean, it's paradoxical considering you know how other ships move. But
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
multiple.
I hate high
convenient.
inertia because it takes forever to get it going, and then it takes forever to stop it.
Yeah. This one stops at well.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching it, and it goes zoop, up, down. And mine goes sliding into things every now and then. It only stops because I run into a cube, literally. Bounce off the side of it. It says we have 2 rifts that aren't closed. Regular rifts, not the errant rifts.
Close the fluidic rift now. Undine fluidic space rift Omega has been closed.
Teensy little dreadnought.
Undine fluidic space rift.
Alright, we got our 6. Let's go get us a planet killer. I even get to the planet killer before you guys kill it. Pew 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 pew.
I'm pretty sure my ship is here some.
So did that get you your Undine, Chris?
No, I had 10 of them. I forgot them when I done them
I
actually.
should have had them in the first second.
Yeah, they were there, and then I looked again, and they were all done.
Yeah, it's
so-
like my frigates. All done.
Yeah. Well, if you're in a team, it's definitely faster.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty,
I'm helping
everybody. I am going to get out of here. More accurately, I'm going to let everybody else get out of here. I'm going to go jump in the shower, get myself beautiful to go meet people I haven't seen in 40 years. Probably don't realize I have currently purple and orange hair, so that should look good.
Oh, that'll be
It actually
that'll be
looks
fascinating.
great. I love this. So, compliments to you, Aaron, doing my hair. Love you, dude.
Aw.
I will break up the team here so you can all go party hard doing something else. No show tonight, most likely. Actually, probably not a lot of night shows for a while till I get these new people trained. Hey, Patchouli, if you want to send me a message privately, that's cool. And we can chit-chat about all that stuff. Otherwise, so I know what I'm looking at. Otherwise, yeah, I'll play again. And on behalf of the Dark Mom Consortium and Moopsy in the Morning, I want to thank everyone who joined us today. So, Chris and Taz and Graz and Cliff and Patchouli and Chosen and Savi, thank you all for being here today. Have a wonderful day. We will see you tomorrow morning. And as we like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Moopsy.
Moopsy, Moopsy. Shun the non-believers. Shun.
Run.
Shun. Take care, everybody.